to the other one because it was really bad. Hi, Wendy.
Hi.
We're going to redo. So you were just talking about a memory when you, with your first husband, when he shared that he was going to leave the marriage, and you were talking about choice and victimization. So you want to share the memory, go into that?
Yeah. The catalyst was, the experience I'm having right now as a single mom and owning my own comfortable victimization in that I've created an identity with that. Um, that I was just realizing and owning yesterday. And it stemmed from this feeling that I did not choose my divorce. And so because I didn't choose my divorce, I became a victim to a single mom. And then there was this badge of honor. I'm a single mom. So you must feel sorry for me. You must feel compassion. You must think I'm great because I'm a single mom and I've done all these things. And there's a wild, and I think as I'm talking to you, I love the dichotomy of this because on the one hand, there is that I should honor in myself and be proud of.
Right.
And as a single mom, I have accomplished these things, but I need to be truthful and own I'm still trying to find the words for it.
Can I just share what one thing that's coming to? Well, there's a lot of things coming to me with this subject. First of all, I want to tell you, that there are so many people. I mean, 60% now of the population is divorced. So you're talking to a huge, huge population with this. Even if a lot of people don't see this, the energy.
Sorry, there's someone at the door. Hang on just a second. I'm having a water softener system installed. So.
Oh, cool, nice. So you have that aspect, but I'm just trying to remember what you just said. I lost it.
The victim part of it, the identity. Roxy.
Yeah, I can't remember. So keep going what you're saying. First of all, you're speaking to a huge amount of people that actually think exactly what you think. I think most people think I didn't choose the divorce, even if they did choose the divorce. Like in my situation, I did choose to leave, but I felt like he chose to not be in the marriage. So it's like there's probably so many people that still go through that. And then really recognizing, okay, this is what I need to face in order to, that's what I was going to say. So you're planning on, you have this relationship you're in. So it's so perfect, Wendy, that you're going through this right now, which you probably already have recognized, that here's this transition for you of going from single motherhood to now moving, because being that I've been remarried for 3 years after being divorced, there is a shift you have to go through. And when you're in that shift, and then you become one with this other man while you have your 2 children that are from another man.
Right.
So it's really cool, actually, that this is what's coming up for you. I think.
Well, and that's what that is kind of, it was that whole reality of I'm not married yet, he hasn't moved in yet, and I'm still dealing with all this by myself. And then I realized these are my children that will always be my children for the most part. I mean, they're their fathers as well, but they will not be Kurt's. And so it was this whole reality of, okay, I don't get to wear that badge of single mom anymore, even though I really, once I'm married, am still a single mom with my children. And so I was really just sitting in this reality of these thoughts. And it really does come down to that choice. And so where we got cut off is going back to the moment in my memory of when Paul said, I'm gay, I'm choosing a gay lifestyle, I'm going to leave. You know, my in response at the moment when it happened was, how can you do this? My identity is in being married. My identity, you're ripping my life apart. It was a shock. Well, now I can look at it and take the experiences of everything I've gone through, including the fire, including all of the divorce, him taking me back to court right through the fire, all of that. And then I went back in my own choice, and this was the shift for me. in my own choice of what I've learned and who I am now and what I'm about to embark on, I wouldn't have changed anything. And in that moment, I went back and I just gave Paul a hug, and I wanted to set him free and tell him that I love him and I want him to be free.
Mm.
And that I was happy for him on this decision, and that's all that I want. That has taken me, how many years? 7, 8 years? And I'm sure the support of Kurt's love and the new relationship helps bolster that ability in me to be stronger and more loving. But it made me also realize that, I didn't ever go through any of this with the fire. I didn't go through this. I didn't choose the fire. I didn't choose to lose everything. I've never resented the fire because it was an inanimate object. It wasn't a person.
Mm.
But I'm wondering but I'm thinking other people would. It would be a realistic thing for them to think, why would this happen to me? Why God did you take everything from me in this fire? Why do I not have anything? And maybe the experience of the divorce helped me to not go into that space.
Well, I know when you were going through that, there was almost this rock bottom type of energy too, where meaning you had already kind of hit that, or
right before the fire.
Right before the fire, and so it was almost like the fire. I mean, they talk about fire being a cleansing thing. I mean, that's why we have fire. That's why fire comes and it burns down, brush and trees and things in order to renew and reseed and do all of these things. So, I mean, to me, you were when the fire came, it was where you were at.
So true.
So I wonder too, just people being more aware of, and I mean, you're going to be writing this in your book, so, really, why is this beneficial right now to talk about this for you? How can this not only benefit your healing, but benefit the people that are reading the book when they pick up your book and read it? What intention do you want for them or for yourself?
It was interesting because as I was talking to Beth yesterday, I said something like, I thought I had already healed all of this. Mm. And Beth's comment to me was, we never do. This is the process of life. Mm-hmm. And so I think really understanding my process of how I chose, I'm one person, everyone's going to have their own way, but if anything that in my process of discovering, going through all of these things, can give somebody a thought of, okay, maybe I can try that, and it supports them or heals them in their own, because I'm sure 10 years from now I may have another memory where I need to go back and heal that moment in my divorce. Because things build and they get released. It's if we don't release them that they build to the point of pain and sorrow.
And you don't believe in, I mean, I don't believe in coincidence. I really believe that things come into our lives for purposes. Even if somebody were to watch this or read your book and just little part of it, something that you may have needed that could have supported you 5, 10 years ago, may be able to support them in that same space, that they may be able to be able to have an awareness to make the choice. Because I think one of the problems is sometimes we don't even have the awareness. And I know as the planet's speeding up, I mean, I really believe that everything's speeding up right now, and even our healing's speeding up and all of that. So people have more opportunity to heal. I mean, even look at what's happening to you in the last year. Just the healing that's happened is like, to me, it's just sped up. Don't you agree? Even in the preceding like 5 or 6 or 7 years or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I certainly don't even recognize myself. At times from that person that I am. And the nice thing is that, and if this can help, is now when I go through these memories and these processes, they aren't as painful. I can move through them quicker and allow them, and it's like I was telling Kurt last night, it's like I want to be able to keep expanding to these different planes, that every time I go through this process of memory, rebirth, healing, healing, rebirth, memory, healing, rebirth, that you continue to expand on these larger planes, but you're still going up as you go through them, like up rungs of a ladder. And
the clarity, you're getting clearer.
Yeah.
As you're continuing. I know one of my friends talked about, she went to a psychologist, and the psychologist actually said, and I might have mentioned this to you before, but that when you actually go back and own and also allow somebody else to own what's happened, so basically healing, but taking kind of responsibility, not playing the victim anymore, that actually it heals part of your brain where your memory is, and your memory increases. So your capacity to remember, as you clear memory and heal memory, becomes better, which is an amazing, beautiful miracle to me.
So much sense, because the girls have been joking with me. In fact, we've put an acronym to it. It's ICRS. I can't remember shit. Because when you go through trauma and events like that, what you said is so true. Your memory, it's almost like you cannot hold any more information. And so but it takes time. And so maybe this is the other message of today. It's give yourself the patience to know that you don't have to the support system of people around me. So that gave me that cushion to heal and to do, and God, my gosh, all of the money that came in continues to, without much effort and pain and strife, allows that healing even more, and that is your right. I think that's the hardest, it's knowing that your right is to give yourself whatever you need in that moment, and if that is, you can't remember it, and that's okay. That's part of it. Your memory is, it will not be there in times of tragedy.
Well, and God does know all. He knows what's best for us, and so, again, He's created our bodies to protect us, to help us heal the time that's right. I mean, that's what's so amazing to me. As we go through all these processes, we can blame a lot. We can say, why me? Why God would He do that? All these things, but there's perfect order in what He does and what He allows and He's not in control of all these things. I don't mean that, meaning we have the power to choose what we want, like you said. But for Him to be able to for us to be able to just look up.
It's in choosing Him that we choose ourselves.
Exactly. And you've been doing that, and so to me, your love of self has increased in this last year more than anything I've seen yet.
Mm.
And that is showing through in all the things that are happening with you and the peace that you have inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the key, right?
It is the key. That's the freedom.
Yeah.
That is the freedom. It's being free from all. It's finding a pattern and a system that allows you to go through the memories, go through the pain, quicker and easier time after time. It's like is that Jim Rohn or one of them said, "Don't wish things were easier. Wish you were better." Mm-hmm. And that's what I feel.
Yeah. Well, you've been able to do it. You've been working hard. But it's funny, the hard work that you've been putting in actually isn't as hard as it probably was 5 years ago, right?
I was just going to say that. It's so much easier now. Yeah. And so I'm just going to end on this. The culmination of doing the hard work in the beginning, and this is the other thing that I felt yesterday big time, and I've been feeling it a lot lately, is this huge amount of honoring for myself and gratitude for all that I've been through. I feel like everything has gotten me to this space right now where I now get to really enjoy all that life has to offer. Because of all the things and all of the choices that I made, now I've been able to see the fruits of those labors, which are friendships like yours, the conversations that we've had over the years, the energy sessions that we've done, the healing work, the coaching that I do, stepping into the relationship that I've got, my time with my girls, all of it. going through the fire, the divorce, every single piece, and choosing the truth, being so aware. I remember that shift probably a good 5 or 6 years ago of choosing my truth in every second that I can. That was the start of the shift. So.
Well, good for you for doing it, Wendy, and being an example of it. So I hope, I know as just for doing this, and again, once your book comes out, because it will be out before the end of the year. Like do you see how I rub my love necklace without even realizing as I'm talking to you about your book?
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. That I know it'll help a lot of people to get through with a little bit of ease through the pain that they may be going through. And I think that's the point. It lifts a little bit of burden, and
that
you
is
have that ability to do that. So thanks for talking.
Thank you, Grace.
I know we get to do. Well, I'll get off.
Yours.
Bye-bye.
Bye.